Okay, be honest with me for a second. How many times have you been traveling and thought, wow, transportation is eating up half my budget? Whether it is overpriced taxis, confusing metro systems, or just getting ripped off at the airport. Transport can quietly drain your wallet faster than you realize. But here is the good news. Not every city will rob you blind when it comes to getting around. In fact, some of the world's most exciting cities actually have incredibly cheap, efficient, and safe public transport systems, perfect if you are a traveler, digital nomad, or even someone looking for a long-term stay abroad. So today, we are counting down the top 10 cities with the cheapest public transport in 2025. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. Sharpaju, Bucharest Romania. Starting off our list is Bucharest. Now, Eastern Europe often gets overlooked, but if you are talking about affordability, this is the region to watch. Bucharest's metro, buses, and trams are all extremely cheap compared to Western Europe. A single metro ride, around 50 cents. And if you buy a day pass, it is just over $1 for unlimited rides. Think about that for a second. You can not even buy a cup of coffee in Paris or London for that price. The system is also surprisingly efficient. The metro has 4 main lines that connect all the important neighborhoods. And while it might not be as glamorous as the Paris metro, it is clean and reliable. For digital nomads or budget travelers, this means you can live in Bucharest and basically never worry about transportation costs. And here is a cool extra ride-sharing apps like Bolt and Uber are also way cheaper here compared to Western Europe. So even if you need a private ride, you are still spending pennies on the dollar. Number 9, Mexico City. Mexico. Next up, we are heading to Latin America, Mexico City. Now, I know what you are thinking. A city this massive must have expensive transport. But no, this is actually one of the cheapest metro systems in the entire world. A single metro ticket in Mexico City costs around 30 cents, and that gets you access to a network of 12 lines with nearly 200 stations. It is one of the largest metro systems globally, and yet it is ridiculously affordable. On top of that, you have buses, trolleys, and even eco-friendly bike rentals, all at super low prices. For example, the city's Metrobus system charges under $1 for a long ride. Of course, Mexico City is huge and traffic can be crazy, but if you stick with the metro and buses, you will find you can explore an entire metropolis for the cost of a single meal in New York. Number 8, New Delhi, India. Coming in at number 8 is New Delhi, India. And let me tell you, this one is a game changer. The Delhi Metro is massive, modern, and shockingly affordable. We are talking about rides starting at 15 cents and rarely going over 60 cents, even if you are traveling across the entire city. For the price of a single latte in the United States, you could take the metro every day for a week here. The system itself is also impressive. It is fully air-conditioned, clean, and runs on time, which is more than I can say for some so-called premium metros in Western cities. Plus, safety is a big focus. They even have women-only cars for added security. If you are a budget traveler in India, transportation is never going to be your main expense. And New Delhi proves that you can move around a megacity of over 30 million people for almost nothing. Number Y, Istanbul. Turkey, number 7, takes us to Istanbul. Now, this city is fascinating because it literally connects to continents Europe and Asia. And the cool part? You can actually cross continents for under $1 using public transport. How wild is that? Istanbul's public transport network is a mix of metros, buses, ferries, and trams. A single ticket, known as an Istanbul cart ride, costs around 50 cents to 70 cents, depending on the route. That same ticket works across almost every system, whether you are jumping on the metro, hopping onto a ferry to cross the Bosphorus, or catching a tram through the old city. And let me tell you, the ferry rides are a traveler's dream. For less than the cost of a bottled water in New York, you are sitting on a boat with views of palaces, mosques, and the entire city skyline. It feels luxurious, but it is dirt cheap. So whether you are staying on the European side or exploring the Asian side, Istanbul's public transport makes this massive, historic city both accessible and budget-friendly. Number 6, Cairo, Egypt, number 6, Cairo. And if you thought Istanbul was cheap, Cairo takes it up another level. The Cairo Metro is one of the oldest in Africa, and also one of the cheapest anywhere in the world. A standard ticket costs around 20 cents. Yes, you heard me right, 20 cents to travel across an entire capital city. But it is not just the metro. Cairo has an extensive bus and minibus network which costs pennies. Even private rides like Uber or local taxis are incredibly affordable compared to Western standards. Now, here is the kicker. Egypt's inflation and currency changes mean that your dollar goes a very long way here. That means not just transport, but everything: food, attractions, accommodation feels like a bargain. But when we are talking strictly about public transport, Cairo is one of those places where your transportation budget basically disappears. So if you are a traveler who wants to stretch every dollar and still explore one of the world's most historic cities, Cairo is a winner! Number 5. Bangkok, Thailand. Sliding into number 5, we have Bangkok. And honestly, this one should not surprise anyone who has traveled through Southeast Asia. Bangkok has a reputation for traffic that can drive you insane, but here is the good news. The city has built an efficient and extremely affordable public transport system that can save you both money and hours of your time. The BTS SkyTrain and MRT subway are the backbone of Bangkok's transport. Fares start at around 50 cents and usually stay under $1.50 even for long rides. Compare that to London or Tokyo, where you are easily paying for $6 per trip, and Bangkok feels like a dream. But the real charm? Bangkok's public boats. For under $1, you can ride along the Chao Phraya River, skipping the traffic while enjoying views of temples, skyscrapers, and the bustling city life. On top of that, there are local buses and shared pickup trucks that cost just a few cents. Yes, a few cents. So, whether you are here for the street food, the nightlife, or the culture, Bangkok makes it easy to move around without ever worrying about blowing your budget. Cuatro. Manila, Philippines. Coming in at number 4 is Manila, the capital of the Philippines. Now, Manila is one of the busiest, most chaotic cities in Southeast Asia. But here, the twist, it is also one of the cheapest cities on the planet when it comes to transport. The jeepney's colorful, uniquely Filipino minibuses are an absolute icon of Manila. For around 20 cents, you can ride across large sections of the city. These rides are not just transport. They are an experience. You are literally hopping into a piece of Filipino culture. The light rail transit LRT and metro rail transit Mr. T systems also keep costs low. Fares are typically under $1, making it easy to zip through the city without breaking the bank. Add in buses and tricycles, and you can cover the entire capital for pocket change. Now, Manila is infamous for its traffic jams. But that is the beauty of the rail and jeepney system. You save time and money. For travelers, this means you can focus your budget on the country's incredible islands and beaches, instead of wasting it just getting around the city. Number 3, Hanoi, Vietnam. Number 3 brings us to Hanoi, Vietnam's vibrant capital. Vietnam has always been known as a budget-friendly destination. But when it comes to public transport, Hanoi is in a league of its own. While taxis and grab rides are already super affordable, the buses in Hanoi are shockingly cheap. A standard bus ticket costs around 30 cents. That is it. And the routes cover almost the entire city. In 2021, Hanoi also launched its first metro line, and while it is still expanding, fares are under 40 cents per ride. That means you can ride clean, air-conditioned metro cars for less than the price of a stick of gum in some countries. But here is the real charm of Hanoi motorbike taxis. Using apps like Grab, you can literally ride across the city on the back of a scooter for $1 or $2. It is fast, it is fun, and it is ridiculously cheap. So whether you are exploring the old quarter, heading to Westlake, or making your way to temples and museums, Hanoi's public transport lets you do it all without touching more than a few bucks a day. #2 Jakarta. Indonesia, number 2 on our list is Jakarta. And let me tell you, this one surprises a lot of people. Jakarta is huge, chaotic, and often underestimated, but its public transport, dirt cheap. The Trans-Jakarta Bus Rapid Transit System is one of the largest in the world. Fares just around 20 cents per ride. And this is not just any. Busit is an dedicated lane system that skips the traffic madness Jakarta is famous for. In recent years, Jakarta also opened its Mr. T system, which has modern trains, clean stations, and fares starting at about 25 cents. Combined with commuter trains and minibus, you can cover nearly every part of the city without ever spending more than $1 at a time. And here is the kicker. Because the Indonesian rupiah stretches your dollar so far, you will find even private rides and ride-hailing apps like Gojek are insanely affordable. Imagine paying less than $3 for a ride that would cost you $20 in Los Angeles. So while Jakarta might not be the first city on your travel bucket list, if you are looking at pure value in transportation, it definitely deserves this spot. Number 1. La Paz, Bolivia. And finally, the number 1 city with the cheapest public transport in 2025 is, drumroll please, La Paz, Bolivia. Now, here's why La Paz takes the crown. While most cities rely on buses and trains, La Paz completely flipped the game by building the world's largest urban cable car system called MEET. Imagine getting around a major city not by train or bus, but by floating above it in a cable car with jaw-dropping views of the Andes. And here is the kicker. It costs just about 40 cents per ride. This system connects the entire city and even stretches into El Alto, making it not just scenic, but incredibly practical. No traffic jams, no overcrowded buses, just smooth, affordable travel across the city built into the mountains. Of course, La Paz also has buses and minibuses that cost mere cents, but the cable cars are the real star. You get what feels like a luxury tourist experience, but it is actually the cheapest way to get around. So, yes, La Paz proves that budget transport does not have to feel budget. You are saving money and getting views that rival a helicopter tour for pocket change. And there you have it, the top 10 cities with the cheapest public transport in 2025. From Bucharest's affordable metro to Mexico City's massive network. From Bangkok's riverboats to La Paz's sky-high cable cars, these cities prove that exploring the world does not have to drain your wallet. The lesson here is simple. If you choose the right destination, you can stretch your travel budget further than you ever thought possible. Transportation, something that eats up cash in expensive cities, becomes almost an afterthought in these places. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these cities shocked you the most? And which one would you want to ride around first? Drop your answers in the comments. I love reading your travel dreams. If you enjoyed this video, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button. Share this with your fellow travelers, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dive travel guides and budget hacks. Until next time, keep exploring smart, keep traveling far, and remember, the world is a lot more affordable than you think.